Because biceps are, we see them the most. That's why the biceps get more attention and training than any other body part. We see them the most. The one of the most popular poses to do is, a double bicep or something. Some pose showing the bicep. So it's just the most popular muscle, and it's what people look at the most. I guess when people wear short sleeves or whatever. And actually when we get on stage and we do that double bicep and we do the front double bicep, back double bicep, all poses actually are, really showcase the bicep. So it is a very important muscle to have developed and to have size to it and to have, definition to it, crispness to it. So I don't blame them for having the bicep being the most popular. I like the bicep as well. Yes, biceps have always responded well for me right from the get-go. I've always been kind of like a hyper grower and hyper responsive to bicep exercises and to bicep growth, to bicep development. As far as strength is concerned, as far as the look is concerned, just have a natural peak to it. I actually just kind of train it hard and fine tune it as well. So I just kind of try to make it even better than what it's already meant to be. Exercises that I've found to be the most effective over the years for my biceps, definitely power movements, just your big power movements, your barbell curls, your preacher curls. I really love dumbbell curls, concentrating, kind of not doing too much swinging, and really focusing on the squeeze and the stretch, and really focusing on the length also of the bicep. So really focusing on the stretch and the squeeze. A lot of people really just contract the bicep is what I see out there, but they don't really, focus on the stretch of the bicep when you're doing the particular exercise. So I think the development of the bicep is very, very important as far as those two things are concerned: the concentric movement and the eccentric movement. No, I've never had a problem with that. I've always been able to train my biceps, whether it's once or twice a week, very hard. So I've been lucky in that respect, and that's something I don't ever want to do, is have to pull back from a certain body part and not train it for however long, because it's just overdeveloped and it's just developed more than the other body parts, and it's just throwing my symmetry and my aesthetics off. So lucky so far. I think they need as much as the individual gives them, as far as if the individual feels good to train them often and is getting enough rest and has the proper nutrition and the proper recovery. I think that you can hit those things as much as you. Now, I don't think 4 or 5 times a week hitting biceps is going to help anybody, because I think that's just overtrained. You need to give everything some time to relax and recover. But 2-3 times a week, if you want to hit them that often, by all means, go for it. Kind of a mix of lower reps, heavier weight, and also hit some drop sets in there. Also hit some supersets in there, and kind of really rep it out. In combination with the lower reps, heavier movements, heavier weight. I think to get the best of both worlds. I do the best of both worlds, to develop my biceps. So I really break them down that way. Sometimes I think biceps should be trained on a different day after back. But I think you also have to listen to your body. If you're on a lower calorie day, I think maybe you need to, take a step back and relax, and let your let the the body kind of relax, let the body recover, and then hit your biceps a little bit, because your biceps are definitely getting work with the back when you train back. I think it's all in what your rest was like, what your recovery was like the day before, a couple of days before, what you're feeling like on that day. You just definitely need to play it by ear. Now, if you're on a high-calorie diet, and you're just bulking, and you should have all the energy in the world to kill both, But then again, some people still don't have the endurance and the stamina to train both body parts and, kind of give it 150%. So I think you need to be smart, listen to your body. But as long as you're training 150%, then what you can train them on back to back or not. But 150% is the key to give it. So I don't think there's ever a time or a place to let your form go. I don't believe in just having sloppy form at any time for any reason. I don't believe in letting other muscles work more than the muscle that you're really trying to focus on. What's the point? So no matter how heavy the weight is, no matter what exercise you're doing, no matter how you're doing the exercise, I think form and always having a mind-muscle connection is ultimately the most important thing because we all want the kind of development, as a bodybuilder, we all want the kind of development and the roundness and the fullness of the particular muscle. And I think you only achieve that when your form is always intact, 1,000%. There's so many poses that we do to where you see the bicep and you see the development of the bicep or not. Your front double bicep, even the bodybuilding poses, not in classic, but your front lat spread, your side chest, your back double bicep, your side tricep, all those poses really show the bicep and the development of it. So I think the bicep is really important in as far as the look of the body, the flow of the body, the balance and symmetry of the body, and it really important for the arm and what kind of look it gives to the overall flow of the body, classic style for sure. I think that the main thing that people are doing wrong that fail to see development in their biceps are pretty much just the intensity of training, the form, and the amount of calories that they're putting in. Those three things. If you're on point with those three things, then there's no reason why your biceps shouldn't look like how you want them to look eventually. Those three things are, and those three categories are important with everything. Again, your form, your intensity in training, and your nutrition. Yeah, and your recovery as well, your rest. Sure, I think that my bicep development gives me an edge on competition because, like I said, we're doing a lot of poses that really shows the development of the bicep, and it's very important in that respect. It shows the symmetry, balance, and flow of the body, and as far as that is concerned, that's what classic is all about. That's what bodybuilding is all about, not just classic. So I think it's just important. The arm, the development of the arm is definitely important in all categories, but especially when you're flexing them and, actually widening the arm, widening it, contracting it, to show the balance, like I said, the balance and flow and symmetry of the body. Yes, I'm pretty satisfied. with the development of my biceps. Yes, and I would like to improve on the conditioning of them. Size, conditioning. I know that they are pretty developed, more so than other body parts, but there's always room for improvement still. Always room for improvement. So I definitely would still like to improve on the conditioning of them, on how they separate from the tricep, on how they separate from my front delt. When I'm doing the when I'm up there posing and hitting the front double bi or the back double bi or the side tri, or the side chest. Without a doubt, always room for improvement. So I will continue to give the biceps 1,000% training, just like the back. What will it be like standing next to Flex Wheeler on the Olympia stage? Wow, surreal. It would be surreal. He is probably the main inspiration and motivation that I had growing up as a bodybuilder. I probably think that his physique, when he was in his prime, was the best there is and the best there was. Without a doubt, I really admired his physique, really admired his aesthetics, and just the way everything was put together on him. So it'll be an honor, it'll be a privilege, and he actually said it'll be an honor and a privilege to be on the stage with me. So that was really touching, and having him say that and talking to him about that type stuff. So it'll just be back and forth. Everybody's honored and privileged to be on that stage and to be at the height of the bodybuilding competition, and the height of competing, and the type of athletes in our sport, and a dream come true. This is the biggest stage, and I'm going to make sure that I take Flex's advice and really live in the moment and really cherish the moment. Well, I just think, my charisma, my personality, my positivity, along with, how I do things and how I carry myself. I'm always positive. I'm always smiling. I'm always encouraging people to, follow their hearts, follow their dreams, follow their goals, go get them. I'm always trying to give mental jewels to myself. And then relay it to them, just overall charisma, overall positivity, overall just excitement and enthusiasm of being the ambassador for the sport, for the classic physique division. I'm just enthused about touching people and reaching out to people. And I'm enthused about sharing my knowledge, and I'm enthused about giving them constant encouragement, and constant motivation and inspiration. I'm just thoroughly and passionately enthused about that stuff. Hey guys, so that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned on musculardevelopment.com as we bring you more videos leading up to this year's Olympia contest, and we look forward to it.